Hey, what's up? In this video, I'm going to be teaching you 3 different ways to dismount from a wrist mount. All of them are completely unique and different in style. Some of them are easier than the others, some of them look a little bit more flashy. You can mix and match and fit them in wherever your heart leads you to end a combo or to end a trick, or to lead into another trick starting from a wrist mount. So let's get started. First off, we have the basic dismount. This is done just like dismounting a green triangle, and it's the easiest of the 3. To start, you want to get into your wrist mount, obviously. From there, you'll notice a string running over the top and back of your hand, and one coming off your string finger. You want to pinch the string running over the back of your hand, and from here hop the yo-yo up a little bit. While hopping it, you'll circle the string under the front of the yo-yo to unloop it, and from there, you can drop the strings and bind. Here's what it'll look like from your perspective. You'll first start by getting into your wrist mount. Once you're in this position, again, you'll take the string coming over the front of your wrist, not over your thumb, and you'll pinch it. And you're gonna hop the yo-yo up. And as you do that, you'll unloop the string underneath and around the front of the yo-yo while hopping the yo-yo out the back. From there, you can drop the rest of the strings, and if you do it correctly, it should come out without a knot. One more time, that's wrist mount. You can either pinch the string from the back or from the front, but you'll hop the yo-yo up and unloop it over the front, drop the rest of the strings, and end with a bind. Altogether, that looks like this. This next dismount is far more efficient and a lot more flashy than the first. It has a comparable motion to hopping out of a trapeze. However, this motion will be a little bit more exaggerated. Once again, you'll start by getting into your wrist mount. And you'll notice when you get into this mount, you have a V or a triangle created by your thumb and the string coming off your finger. You want to insert your non-throw hand index into those 2 strings, and this will open them up to hop the yo-yo out of. From there, you can drop the strings and bind. Alright, again, so it's easier to see. Here it is from my perspective. Once again, you'll get into a wrist mount. Once you're in this position, like I said, you'll notice that there's a V that's created by the string coming over your thumb and the string coming off your finger. This V, you want to open by sticking your index finger into the string, and you'll see this huge opening right here. You want to be able to get that opening wide enough to hop the yo-yo up and out of, while not sticking your fingers up inside like I did here. You don't want them to be up on top. You want to stick your finger into the strings like an undermount almost. Then you'll pop the yo-yo up and out. That was a bad example, I accidentally hit the top string. Looks like this. Here, open it super duper wide and hop the yo-yo out. From there you can drop every string and it should come out with no knots, and from there you can bind. This is the final dismount, and it's the one you'll notice all sorts of professional yo-yoers and content creators using to dismount from a wrist mount. It's the flashiest, most efficient, most quick, all the things. It has a motion comparable to a double trapeze, so if you want to practice that first to get used to the motion, that's what it'll feel like. It starts once again, who knew, in a wrist mount. You'll notice once again the same string going over the back of your wrist. This is the same string we paid attention to for the first dismount. You'll do what's called an underpass, which just requires a little circle underneath the yo-yo, and you'll land it back on the string it was just sitting on. Once again, you'll cut a little circle underneath and land it on the string. I believe I failed this attempt here too, yeah. So once you have your finger in that loop, it's really important because all you're doing here is just inserting your finger in this loop. Otherwise, it's an extreme pain to try and get your finger in there. So it's that loop right there. All an underpass does is get your finger into that loop. It's not mounting the yo-yo on a different string, it's the same exact string. From here, you'll turn your throw hand in towards your chest, and you'll notice that it creates two strings, a back string and a front string. So this string coming off of your wrist in the front and the string coming directly off the yo-yo in the back. So once again, you'll be in your wrist mount, you'll underpass, you'll turn your hand in, and then when you do this, you'll swing the yo-yo in a trapeze-like motion, and this should land it on the back string. You need to be careful with your aim here. If you land it on the front string or the both strings, this will not work. So once again, you'll get into your wrist mount, you'll underpass, you'll turn your hand towards you, and this will create a front and back string. You'll mount it on the back string, drop every string off of your fingers beside the little trapeze string, and dismount. Alright, time for the final fancy one. Once again, you'll start in your wrist mount, and from here, you'll have this string going over your wrist, same as the first dismount. You're gonna, instead of pinching the string, you're just gonna push your finger into it, and you'll perform an underpass. Again, that's just a little circle that you make under the yo-yo. It's an easier way to sneak your finger into that loop to open it up, but all it is making a little circle and looping it underneath. From that position, you'll see there's a middle string coming straight off the yo-yo. You'll turn your hand inward towards you, and you'll see that there's also this front string, the one that goes over your wrist. You want to make sure you avoid the front string when you do this loop, otherwise you'll just double mount it on both of the strings. What that'll look like is this right here. You'll do an underpass, turn your hand towards you to get the string out of the way, then you'll pull your finger into both of those strings and you'll loop it up like a trapeze and just try to hit that back string that the yo-yo itself is coming off of. From there, you can just drop the front string off your non-throw hand index, pull the loop over your throw hand, and bind. One more time, it looks like this. You're in the wrist mount, you'll push into the string that goes over your wrist, do an underpass, you'll turn your wrist towards you, and there will be a back string here and a front string here. You're just gonna loop the yo-yo over like a trapeze, landing it just on the back string. You'll pull your throw hand out of the loop while dropping just the front string off your left hand. This will leave you in a trapeze. From there, you can dismount and bind. Once you get comfortable with the motion, it should look like this. Thank you so much for tuning in. I hope this video helped you to dismount from your wrist mount a little easier and flashier without those pesky tangles and knots. If you found it helpful, feel free to like and subscribe so you don't miss out on any more content just like this. And yeah, have a great rest of your day. God bless.